The thing about myself I've learned to love is...
The thing about myself that I've learned to love is insecurity. That's a real answer, yeah, insecurity.
Somebody revealed a source that says he had quite an experience demanding his makeup artist show up or get fired. I'll share that story for you.
On Deadpool, where he said, let's do one more take. And everyone was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me. But to me.
Cathartic.
As if I'm Weasel.
That's so gross and weird and manipulative. Even if it's true. It's so... Just, this movie somehow was a magnet for awful people.
If you believed Ryan Reynolds was just Hollywood's favorite lovable, sarcastic, funny guy, buckle up because the mask just came crashing down. According to insider whispers, Reynolds went absolutely ballistic when Fox News dared expose his true colors, ripping him apart for allegedly threatening to end a makeup artist's entire career over, get this, a scheduling conflict. Yep, you heard that right. A makeup artist committed the cardinal sin of having another gig abroad, and Ryan Reynolds' ego just couldn't take it. Rumor has it he went full Hollywood dictator, throwing a tantrum worthy of a toddler, demanding the artist return immediately or risk being blacklisted forever.
So he was like, you know what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star. But you just, you do just enough exposition that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie. So he's riffed.
Imagine a Hollywood A-lister so threatened by something as trivial as makeup availability that he felt justified issuing threats that could potentially ruin someone's career for life. Seems Reynolds may have forgotten he wasn't running the studio, but then again, maybe no one informed him he's not actually royalty. Who handed Reynolds the keys to Hollywood's employment blacklist anyway? Because from the looks of things, his temper tantrums and power trips have gone unchecked for far too long. Honestly, if he's throwing such dramatic fits over foundation and contour, one has to wonder how he handles actual crises. Brace yourselves, folks. Ryan Reynolds might not be the charming, witty superhero he's desperately convinced everyone he is, but rather an insecure actor clutching at control whenever things don't go exactly his way.
He's one of those guys, so they are absolute bullies.
But wait, it gets juicier. Fox News didn't just expose Reynolds, they ripped him to shreds. Turns out Mr. Lovable Deadpool himself is apparently an insecure, controlling nightmare who can't even share the sandbox. Remember Tim Miller, the visionary director behind the original Deadpool? Well, sources whisper that Reynolds threw such epic tantrums behind the scenes that Miller walked right out, refusing to deal with his controlling, childish antics. We're talking about a professional director, someone who had the creative vision and skill to make the first Deadpool a huge success, being driven away simply because Reynolds couldn't stand not getting his way every single moment. Rumor has it Reynolds demanded total creative control, refusing to compromise on even minor details, turning every creative disagreement into an exhausting battle of egos. Reynolds might act like everyone's favorite sarcastic superhero, but the rumors suggest he's more villain than hero when the cameras stop rolling. Honestly, at this rate, Hollywood might start casting Reynolds as a villain more often. He clearly has the experience down pat. And oh, it doesn't stop there. Let's talk about Morena Baccarin, remember her? Reynolds' leading lady in Deadpool, whose role got suspiciously downsized in the sequel. Industry insiders say she dared to disagree with Reynolds on set, and he allegedly iced her out of promotions and red carpet events entirely. Picture this, the actress who played his character's love interest in the original film, reduced to nothing more than a footnote. Baccarin wasn't just sidelined, she was outright erased from promotional tours, premiere photos, and major press events, almost like she didn't even exist. All because Reynolds apparently couldn't handle someone challenging his precious decisions. Talk about thin-skinned. Imagine having your ego bruised by something as mundane as a professional difference of opinion. Petty much? If Reynolds' alleged reaction wasn't already embarrassing enough, the blatant way he sidelined a talented actress certainly seals the deal. Not convinced yet? T.J. Miller, the man known for his comedic timing, couldn't even laugh off Reynolds' attitude. He described Reynolds as genuinely nasty and belittling on set, not as a joke, just plain cruel. Miller reportedly felt humiliated and undermined in front of the entire crew, painting Reynolds as someone who takes pleasure in making others feel small. And let's not even start with Rebecca Ferguson.
And this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out. And I think I was so vulnerable and uncomfortable. This is the first time I've ever spoken. I remember being so scared. Yes. And I looked at this person and I said, you can F off. I'm going to work towards a tennis ball. I never want to see you again.
Who subtly shaded an insecure, angry actor on the set of the film Life. While she didn't name names, fans quickly pieced together the puzzle. Who else topped that call sheet besides Reynolds himself? Ferguson allegedly found working conditions so intolerable she opted to perform her scenes opposite a tennis ball rather than directly face her insufferable co-star. Talk about next-level drama. Then there's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Any words for Ryan, seeing as the next time we talk to him, he will be seeing that.
I have nothing to say to him.
Who went from bromance bestie to ice-cold silence when asked about Reynolds in public. This wasn't just your typical Hollywood spat. Gyllenhaal visibly shuts down whenever Reynolds' name even comes up. What exactly went down to transform Hollywood's most celebrated bromance into a frozen standoff? Insiders suggest the fallout was epic, hinting that Reynolds' oversized ego, jealousy, and toxic behavior finally wore thin. Imagine turning someone as famously laid-back as Gyllenhaal into a stone-cold wall. Whatever happened must have been bad enough to warrant zero acknowledgement, zero jokes, and absolutely no polite Hollywood pretense. Even Hollywood royalty Quentin Tarantino openly trashed Reynolds' Netflix cash grabs, dismissing them as pointless and embarrassing, declaring he would refuse to ever work with Reynolds again. Tarantino, known for his brutally honest critiques, essentially labeled Reynolds' recent films as forgettable, money-driven embarrassments, implying Reynolds had sacrificed artistic integrity for easy paydays. Gerard Butler piled on the humiliation, publicly stating he wouldn't touch Reynolds' projects with a 10-foot pole, adding insult to injury by implying that Reynolds' films weren't even worth acknowledging. Imagine having such a tarnished reputation that even your fellow actors won't pretend to know you or your films, actors who themselves know the industry's highs and lows firsthand. Being openly ignored and publicly dismissed by respected industry veterans and iconic filmmakers, people who have genuinely seen it all, is the ultimate Hollywood burn. Seriously, ouch. If Hollywood was high school, Reynolds would now officially be the kid sitting alone at lunch, desperately hoping someone, anyone, would sit at his table. Oh, and let's not forget Blake Lively, Ryan's wife and co-conspirator in what's rumored to be Hollywood's most contrived, perfect couple image. Sources imply their overly publicized Instagram love fest might be nothing more than a desperate, calculated performance, carefully designed to distract from scandal after scandal. Remember, Reynolds reportedly jumped straight from Scarlett Johansson to Blake Lively in record time, conveniently choosing a partner whose star wouldn't overshadow his own incredibly fragile ego. Insiders speculate Blake was more of a strategic choice than a genuine romance, giving Reynolds exactly what he wanted, a perfect PR partner who wouldn't challenge his desperate need for attention and control. Honestly, the constant public declarations of love, the endless forced jokes online, it's all starting to feel painfully staged, a transparent attempt at damage control every time Reynolds finds himself embroiled in controversy. Hollywood seems to be waking up to Ryan Reynolds' carefully crafted facade, and folks, the cracks aren't just showing, they're spreading fast. From makeup artists to co-stars, directors to ex-wives, the whispers are becoming deafening screams. Reynolds' charming public persona is now crumbling under scrutiny, exposing the reality beneath. A calculated, insecure, manipulative bully hiding behind a sarcastic smirk. The whispers are no longer whispers. They've turned into glaring neon signs screaming the truth. Hollywood's worst-kept secret is finally unraveling, and everyone's finally seeing Reynolds for who he really is. His carefully constructed image of the lovable funny guy isn't just damaged, it's shattered beyond repair. The jig is finally up, and Ryan Reynolds is quickly running out of places to hide. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Remember, Hollywood secrets never stay hidden for long, and you know I've always got the juiciest scoops ready for you. Hit subscribe, ring that bell, and stay tuned, because here the truth isn't just stranger than fiction, it's way more entertaining. Catch you in the next scandal.